Hello and welcome back to Junk Journal Journey. This is Deborah Young, and I'm going to go over in this video our basic toolkit and our toolkit for making our signatures and our covers. In this toolkit, which is the basic, we have our pouch to carry all of our tools in that we can carry with us in our purse for everyday journaling. This is just keeping notes and just making sure that we can get our information down during the day. The first thing I have here is a jelly roll pen that is white, and this is for writing on dark paper, which you'd be surprised how many pieces of dark paper you get in a day. I have a regular ink pen, can be any ink pen. I have a King Art ink line pen, which is an 05, and I have a mechanical pencil, which I love the mechanical pencil because I don't have to carry a pencil sharpener. I have a 6-inch ruler for making lines. I have my date stamp for, of course, putting the date on the paper or numbers or time. You can even put your time, AM, PM, if you want. The other thing I have is a Giotto glue stick. Now, there is another glue stick I use, and I'll bring it out and show you at a later date, but this one is a good glue stick. I have reverse action tweezers. Now these reverse action tweezers are nice because when I don't have any pressure on them, they're closed. I put pressure on them and they open. And then I can pick up something and just let the tweezers hold it while I'm trying to either glue it or ink it or whatever. So these are really handy to have. The other thing are my paper clips. I have a kneaded eraser. I have a small pair of scissors to cut things if I don't want to tear them. And then the last thing I have here is a Ziploc bag with my makeup sponge and a small ink pad. Now I like stamping up spots because this stays together really nicely. It doesn't just fall apart. Some of them, the tops after a while, just kind of come apart. So I put these inside of my Ziploc bag, so in the event it does open, everything is protected inside of my bag. Take the air out and it kind of crushes down pretty nice. So this, like I said, is your basic toolkit. You're going to use this in your purse or carry it with you in another bag with your journal and be able to write or do whatever you need in your signatures. So basic toolkit. The next toolkit we're going to talk about is our more advanced toolkit. We'll call it that. This is for making your signatures and your bindings. Now, the first thing you're going to need is a book of some sort. Now, I use a phone book. And with a phone book, you can take a signature. I'm just going to take a sheet of paper here that's already folded. You put it into the crease. And then the next thing you need is your hole template. This is going to be your guide for where your holes go in your pages. And what I did is I took a single cell cardboard. I think you can see it there. I cut it 8.5 inches tall, 4 inches wide, and I put white masking tape here. Now, we will go over this. I will make this with you so you have this in your arsenal of tools. I marked a T at the top, so I always know this goes at the top of my signatures. I put in several holes, but the only ones I really use are the top, the middle, and the bottom because I like a 3-hole stitch. It seems to hold everything really nicely. It's creased. It's 4 inches wide across the top. And then I fold it in half so you have 2 inches. On the outside here, I also marked a T for the top. And then what you can do, depending on what your paper is or how big it is and whatnot, like this, I can put this into my paper. I can mark my center hole and my bottom hole, and that'll hold this paper in to my signature if it's smaller than the rest of my papers, because usually my whole signature is 8.5. So this is a good tool. The other tools I have in this set would be an awl, so you can punch your holes. You need big-eyed needles to thread, to hold your thread to stitch your signatures into your book or to just stitch your signatures together, depending on which way you're going to go. I always have at least 3 clips. I have 3 points of contact on my signature so it doesn't fall apart or move when I'm punching my holes. I have a rotary cutter or an X-Acto knife, whichever you want to use. You can even use a box cutter. That's a real good one for cutting your papers. I have a metal ruler. I have a bone folder, which is actually plastic. It's not bone. The bone folder is used for creasing your papers. So when you have them folded, you're going to crease along this folded edge to get a nice crisp fold. That's very important. The other thing I have are needle nose pliers. This is going to be for putting our books together, and I'll show you what that is for in a bit. The other thing I have are 2 different blending tools. I really like this blending tool because I only need to replace these for different colors. And I'll show you later when we get into this, but on the backs of my ink pads, which are the larger ones, I have Velcro. And if this is ground espresso, I'll put this on the bottom of the pad, and it's always there. Then I can take it off when I go to use ground espresso, put it on my tool, and blend. Now this tool is really nice because it's a compact brush, and this blends really well. The other thing we need is a tool, a squeegee, I guess you could call it, that we can run across our papers when we're gluing or taping to get them to lay flat and to take out the air bubbles. The other thing you need are a pair of scissors, a bigger pair of scissors than we had in our basic toolkit. The other thing, and last, we need a scoring board. Now this helps, and I put a line here so I can see it all the way down. I think you can see it. This helps me to get my score lines in my pages or my book cover, because usually the spine on my book covers, I will put like 7 lines, and that gives me a good rounded edge to the back of my book. So this is what I use. Now, this is the, like I said, this is the little bit more advanced toolkit. What I'll get into next will be our materials and supplies list. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful. And get your tools together. Like I said, we'll go over this hole punching guide. I will show you how to make it in the next video when we start doing our signatures. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.